So I'm sitting here killing time, thinking about the project that I'm working on, music project. Pardon my voice. I have bronchitis. um, anyway, I was kind of reflecting. I showed up to my bass player's place to record recently, and all of a sudden he says, "Hey, we need to talk. We're not really a band." And he starts explaining something to the effect of, "Hey, we're not a band." I'm like, "What?" He explains how bands typically write together, rehearse, record, play live, etc. I'm like, "Yeah, well, I'm here right now to record with you, dude." He says, "Yeah, to be honest, I'm just not into it. And I haven't put much effort into practicing since I didn't know where you want me to go with these bass lines." I was I was dumbfounded, honestly. I thought giving the guys a reference track was enough for them to figure something out and be creative, serve the song, etc. And then we get together and jam a little bit and tune it up. But what he didn't want to happen was spend all this time laying out his bass line, putting energy into it, and then finding out it doesn't fit with the most recent drum edits I've done, or something like, I just don't like the little embellishment that he's doing. So he was asking me for direction, but also for freedom, creative freedom. And that's really hard to do remotely, not, as a band together. His point, and it's fair to say he's right, is that when you actually write and rehearse together, those issues tend to flesh themselves out organically. Rather than sending files back and forth only to find that things aren't working, if you're together, it happens quickly with all the contributors' input. How's that? Yeah, you can tell I'm reading this. So, is he right? And this isn't a band, but it's just a solo project? Well, Merriam-Webster says a band is a noun, is a group of persons, animals, or things, especially a group of musicians, organized for ensemble playing. So I guess he's right. We're a group of musicians, but we're certainly not organized. And that hurts. Here's what our recording session looked like. Not much recording going on here. Instead, we spent the time on hard conversations. We're actually good friends, talking about what he needs as a musician, where we see this going, and how to improve the experience. So, what was the takeaway? Is this a band or just a solo project? Why don't you get to the point of this video? Well, I want to call it a band because mainly I just don't like the spotlight on me. But ultimately, it is my own creation, and I'm leading this effort by writing and arranging the music. So, in this case, it's truly a solo project. That is not a statement of arrogance, but this is how the other musicians feel about it, and ultimately how things have gone to this point, and I've accepted it. Like, they're my songs, I'm writing them, I'm taking contributions, but ultimately I have the ownership, and they're asking for leadership and direction. So if you're in this situation, just don't be afraid to step up and be that leader. I wasn't. I'm used to being just a guitar player. So all this said, to make things better for all of us that were involved, we've agreed we need to spend more time together rehearsing and not just volleying files back and forth at each other. So I happen to have recruited a few old bandmates as contributors, and all the credits go to them to make any of this music possible. I've written it, but it wouldn't have been possible without you guys. There's no way. Your friendship, your musicianship mean the world to me. Thanks.